Welcome back, everyone. This is part 4 of the King's Castle Slammin New Year Spectacular. King James along with player Chopin. And our retrospective on the year 2016 continues. But right now it's time to switch gears and talk about what I think was one of the highlights of the year, and that was the 2016 Summer Games that took place in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Now, I know some of you probably watch the games for the scenery, some of you just for the athletes, some of you for a little bit of both. But I gotta tell you, for me personally, there were 3 standout athletes. That being Ryan Lochte, Michael Phelps, and Katie Ledecky, all in the swimming department. I gotta tell you, I never expected after 2012 to see Michael Phelps back in the pool, because we thought after 2012 he was done.
Right.
So, for him being back after 4 years, what did you think?
I thought it was incredible. I mean, swimming and the Olympics in general are young. Swimming's a young people's game. The Olympics are a young people's event. And for this to be his 4th Olympics, and for him to perform so well against competition that people would say was more in his prime, it just cements him as one of the greatest Olympians we've seen.
Do you think he lived up to what he wanted to, or?
I don't know what his personal expectations for himself were. Knowing him is probably to win everything he was in, but
yeah,
I mean we're beyond, I think, both of our expectations.
Yeah, record-setting. I think I heard it was like 27 medals overall in his entire career.
Yeah, I mean, that's why the debate's on about where does he rank among the greatest Olympians we've ever seen? Where does he rank among the greatest athletes we've ever seen? Because it's tough with swimming, right?
Well,
because, we see with basketball players, with football players, with tennis players, with golf players, we see them on almost a weekly basis.
Exactly.
With swimmers, they only get this showcase every 4 years.
Right, and the gymnasts too.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So where does Phelps rank with all-time greats throughout sports? Who knows?
Well,
but he's in the conversation,
I will say this. As far as overall greatest athletes, he's definitely right at the top of the heap, along with Michael Jordan and probably Nadia Comaneci. But as far as overall swimmers, it'd probably be a standoff between him and Ryan Lochte.
Oh, come on.
Because let's be honest.
Get Ryan Lochte out of here.
Let's be honest. It's obvious that
you just saw Ryan Lochte on Dancing with the Stars.
Prior to Lochte's bad mistake, which we've talked about before, he did develop somewhat of a rivalry with Phelps.
Yeah, but he was always second banana. For lack of a better term, he never transcended Phelps' greatness for that long of a time.
No,
that's kind of like saying Scottie Pippen is.
I gotta ask you this question, since this is a reflective show. Do you think Lochte being second banana, as you say, kind of contributed to what led up to his suspension?
Oh, I have no idea what went through his head. But I mean, it could have been boiled over frustration. I just think he was very intoxicated and wanted to get out of being in trouble.
Well, intoxication may be one thing, but do you think it'd be fair to say that maybe he did all that because he was motivated by ego?
I don't know. I'm not his therapist. Maybe. He could have been frustrated. That could have by that. And that could have led to his night out. His ego could have thought, I can get away with anything I want because I'm a star. I'm Ryan Lochte, which he is. But he thought wrong.
Well, I will tell you this though. On a lighter note, Lochte did have a very strong performance on Dancing with the Stars, lasting until week 6. But unfortunately, it's gonna be a few more months before he can get back in the pool.
Now, does Lochte want to be in the next Olympics?
I believe so.
What about Phelps? Is Phelps officially done?
I think Phelps is done, but stranger things have happened. Who knows?
So 2020 would be his 5th Olympics, right?
Yeah, and that would mean he'd have to go to Tokyo.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he'd love to go to Tokyo, but if he could win a gold medal at 5 Olympics, then I think there's like the conversation gets really serious.
Without question.
About where his place amongst the greatest athletes.
But there was another standout in the U.S. swimming department this year, and that was a young swimmer by the name of Katie Ledecky, who beat record after record to bring home multiple medals for the women's swim team on the American side. So, I've got to ask you this question. We've seen phenomenal athletes both in the male and female divisions in swimming. Katie Ledecky, Derek Torres. So, in your opinion, Mr. Chopin, which gender do you think is the stronger?
This is setting me up.
Stronger competitor, male or female, when it comes to swimming?
Stop. This is a gotcha question.
No, I want your honest opinion.
Well, I guess I don't know. I mean,
I'm not setting you up.
It's a tough question to answer, right? Because as far as like a stronger team, maybe the men. I don't know. But like to say who's actually better, I think they would have to race each other. I don't know who's the fastest swimmer amongst them all.
Well,
I mean, I could probably tell you if I had the times in front of me, but
I
would be very.
That's why I don't think the Olympics is totally fair. And I'll tell you what, I think there should be a co-ed division for certain sports. Like, they should allow males and females to compete on the same team. Because I think that would make the competition better as far as who the strongest on each side is, as far as who the strongest from each country is. So,
right. Well, I mean, there's certain sports you just can't have. It's just too unfair to have men's teams go against women's teams. Like if like the U.S. men's team played the Germany women's team, like my gosh, there would be casualties. Like right, because it's just like. Men's and women's basketball is just. I mean, I can say this without like because it's fact. I mean,
right.
I'm not being sexist. Like the men are like just more. I guess they're just more physically gifted in that area. But I think in certain sports you might be able to do it. Swimming might be one of those.
Let me tell you, I'm just saying we've seen such an influx of women over the past few years in contact sports.
I thought you meant in general.
People getting involved in contact sports. And the women have shown they're not afraid to get their hands dirty by competing one-on-one alongside the males and against the males for their own divisions. So I think it would make sense. But in a way, I can also see why that's not fair. But that might be something to consider down the line, since they have male and female divisions for certain sports. So, we'll see. But, an interesting twist that was brought up this year for the Olympics was the gymnastics side. This was actually the final 5. And I say that because starting in 2020, the teams will only be allowed to have 4 competitors.
I think that's stupid.
Why?
I don't know why. Why did they have to change that? I just, I mean, 5 is already such a small number. Think about how many gymnasts there are in America.
Yeah.
And you're only picking 5. Why would you narrow that even further? Do you want to try to explain to me the reasoning behind it?
Well, I think the only reason they're doing that is because the Olympic Committee knows that the competition internationally is so strong that they think only having 4 competitors actually can make it better as far as individually and from the team things. So I think they're trying to lighten the load in a way to make things better. But we'll see if it works. But congratulations again to the final 5, specifically Simone Biles, Gabby Douglas, Allie Raceman, all you guys were great. Congratulations, and we hope to see you in Tokyo.
What did you think of Simone Biles? Wasn't she something else?
Absolutely. I thought
She's amazing. She's so athletic.
I thought the best of the best was with Gabby Douglas in 2012. But man, was I wrong. Simone Biles more than lived up to the legacy we had on the line.
And what's the name of the gymnast that I had a crush on? She is so gorgeous. What's oh god. She's been doing it for a few Olympics.
You mean Hernandez?
No, not Hernandez. She was like on the cover of I don't know who it was playing.
You're not talking about Allie Raceman, are you?
Yes. Was she in this Olympics?
I think she was.
She is gorgeous. My god. She did one of those pictures where she was in the nude, but she was covering herself. Incredible. Incredible looking woman.
And wait a minute, be careful, because certain things we say could get people in trouble without even knowing it.
I'm just saying, she's incredibly good looking. And that's
you are so right,
that's
sir.
no offense to the girl I'm currently seeing. She's incredibly good looking as well. And so is your mother and everyone else.
What did you just say?
I gotta cover all my bases. You're an incredibly good looking guy, too.
I was getting ready to say, my mom's taken, so you better watch yourself.
I just didn't want any of the women in my life to be offended. My mom is a real catch, too. Any other women in my life?
Well, I will say...
Santa Claus's wife, Miss Claus.
I will say, I agree with that statement you made about your mom. She is a nice catch.
What? You alright over there?
You made me do it!
Alright, next topic.
Anyway, when we come back, we're gonna shift gears a little bit and talk about what our hopes are for the year to come. So stay right there.
New Year hope.